Welcome back to Miracle Mask.
All right,
Professor, is it just me or does it feel
all
like
right, time to move on to the next miracle. Let's see what you make of this one. So yeah, let's continue to demystify the Masked Gentleman's
First
miracles.
the horses, now it's the stones.
I will do what I can. What do you know?
All right, there we go again. Basically, this is one of Joe's favorite parts, since this is very Saturni-esque. Not a lot. The short of it is some characters popped out of paintings of the art gallery ran riot in town. It was like fucking Mario 64 all over again.
Wow, this Mask of Chaos really has weird powers.
Characters from paintings ran riot, you say? What did they do exactly?
I'm really glad that I forgot what these 2D, 3D models look like.
Yeah.
Okay. The witnesses reported people dressed as I'm playing Sheffield. Anyway, so strange clothes charging around and breaking things. But when the sun went down, they disappeared just as quickly as they appeared.
It's like Night at the Museum. Neato.
Did anyone actually see these people step out of the paintings?
No, the gallery had already closed by then.
You have to forgive me. I'm a little bit out of practice with Layton.
You're fine actually. I don't really
You've been
hear
doing
a problem.
plenty of practice anyway since the track.
In that case, why did anyone suppose that they came out of the paintings?
Yeah, sounds about the same to me, honestly.
Oh.
Well, apparently they look just like some characters in famous paintings, down to the finest detail.
Even the music sounds. Even the music sounds like Ace Attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if there's one thing we've learned is that Hino is a huge fan of Ace Attorney and Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Empty?
Yeah.
Do you mean
the characters in those paintings were gone, vanished? Only thing left was the In fact, now that he has played it, Theo can confirm for me that Layton Birds is pretty much the Dick Gumshoe game we never got.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention the fact, Lives, that Akira Hino actually once said in an interview that he literally based Layton's character off of Phoenix.
Must lie in the paintings themselves.
That and Sherlock Holmes, obviously. That's what I thought, but we've thrown our best experts at these paintings and haven't found a thing.
We must be terrible experts, then. I see. Please allow me to ask a few more questions, then.
Don't ask me about my head, okay? That's complicated.
Why do you look like SpongeBob? Were the paintings from which the people disappeared...
What is it, guys?
Common source? Did the paintings come from a common source?
Basically, if you pick the wrong answer, Theo, what happens is your guess gets deconfirmed by something. Oh, no, we already checked for that. Basically, it's some kind of basically, if you're paying attention to the mystery going around, you should be able to figure out exactly what's the most common possibility just from paying attention.
It's basically Ace Attorney minus the penalties.
Lautrec tries to do something similar to this, but it does it badly.
Coincidence.
Yeah, even
Whoever donated these
covers, the only thing that basically drags me a bit is the fact that there's no game over. I mean, you're literally allowed to do whatever the fuck you want until you guess the correct answer.
Mm-hmm.
True. That always has been a bit of a pet peeve of mine.
Well, the thing is, unlike Lautrec, it's not like this is a main gameplay feature of the game or anything.
I think we must understand how the illusion was created in order to find the truth.
Of course.
I think Tio's talk about the game in general, like with Layton. There's no real game over.
True.
I mean Layton Brothers.
Unusually framed.
At least in the normal Layton games, at least there's a penalty if you don't solve the puzzle.
Were the paintings packaged in any particular way?
The curator did say that the paintings were vacuum sealed. He said this was usually reserved for rare items.
Interesting.
Interesting. I believe the airtight packaging is relevant here.
Alright. The portraits were sealed when they arrived, and the frames came in thick metal cases.
Yes.
The gallery staff were pretty surprised that replicas were given such secure packaging. We didn't really think much of it.
Hey, yeah.
Indeed. Still, in order for my theory to be correct, the donation must have included specific display instructions.
So, like Ace Attorney Investigations, neato.
So what do you guys
Where
think?
to display them? Oh.
When?
Were there specific instructions about the exact time to display the paintings? Okay, Layton, good. You're going very well so far. Don't be a dick now.
Yes, actually, there were. How'd you know, Layton?
Because it's in the script. I mean,
The cars arrived in the morning, but the instructions from the donor said to display them precisely at noon. It's actually, they actually specifically specify that it happened at night, so that
therein lies the trick.
yeah.
The illusion was created by hallucinogenic gas.
Swibs. We're not in Pandora's box now.
Yeah, it's frames.
There were people hidden inside the frames the entire time.
Or diabolical.
So that's what happens. So yeah, I'm showing off what happens if you pick a wrong answer. Come off it, Layton. There's no way the frames were thick enough to hold a person.
Shit. Vanishing paint.
I mean, I'm giving some time so you guys can try to figure out for
Of
yourselves.
course.
The portraits were treated with a special paint that slowly disappears when exposed to air. What?
It actually does exist.
Yeah, it
Welcome
actually
to the
does.
Layton universe.
No, actually, it exists.
It
Some-
does.
I know. I was just saying.
We have
it
all
depends.
observed how sunlight causes a painting to fade, yes?
It actually reminds me of a thing. Some people are surprised at how
In a similar way, it's possible to create chemically reactive paint that turns transparent when exposed to air.
I create paint!
And then I destroy it.
It's an interesting thing. When I was watching a house episode with Dwebs, and there's a victim there who recovers from a paralysis and stuff, and Dwebs apparently wasn't actually aware that it is possible to recover from paralysis and stuff.
You didn't know that?
Depends on how severe.
Yeah.
Once again, Dibs, your grade in biology is so great.
I didn't take biology. The seals were removed, so that the paint, whatever. The masked gentleman had these rioters dressed up exactly like the individuals in the portraits.
And before you ask, yes, the masked gentleman does indeed have the funds for this, as we're going to find out when we do.
My worry isn't funds. It's just, can the police have just gone to the nearest costume shop and investigated there?
Let's just say the specific guy behind all these plans has
disappear without a trace.
Mhm.
If you examine the canvas for chemical substances, you'll find residual outlines where the paint turned transparent.
So we're searching for Scarecrow.
Yeah, basically.
Close.
All the analysis hasn't worked with. I underestimated you. Another one down. Good work, Professor. Let's have a break. So you can save your game in case you need it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I ordered the bricks around here, Bloom. All right, everyone. Off you go. Let me know when you're ready to go on. So shut up.
Aren't I the one who tells people to shut up?
Not here, Yord.
Layton, this is my case. I get to be the dick here. Right, you lot.
Fine.
Let's get on with it. Inspector Groski, it's your part. All right, Layton. Here's another of Crook's miracles for you to ponder. Even you'll find this one hard to explain.
Sure, I will.
God, I love Inspector Groski's design.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We'll see. If it's anything like the first two, it's not a miracle at all.
No mystery is
So suck it.
unsolvable.
The power of logic will bring all truths to light. No mystery is unsolvable. The other two didn't involve people being engulfed into flames. Ah, got you now, didn't I?
True. Tell me more about it.
All right then. Cue the flashback. Director,
Anytime.
cue the flashback. Thank you.
Okay.
Solve the puzzle.
Flashback, huh?
Oh, sorry. Certainly. I have the report right here. The incident took place last Sunday. Which would be tomorrow, actually.
You can tell it was a hot weekend.
That morning, 13 citizens received an ominous letter. Naturally, it was from our dastardly villain, the masked gentleman.
Esteemed.
I'm the master gentleman, Dweb, sir. Esteemed citizens, I cordially invite you to a special afternoon showing of my latest miracle. Come to the gallery closet.
Not fast enough, Jova. Sorry.
Well, that's because Dwebs interrupted me.
He also advertised the event in the papers, A Miracle en Rouge, A Modern Peace by the Master. Basically, Dwebs, he voiced future Luke, and he's also voiced...
That's a bold move.
Since the Master is voiced by Uriel Fall 2, for the second consistency, we had Joe voice him. Townspeople and tourists alike, the crowd was enormous, apparently.
Citizens of Montador, welcome! I am the Masked Gentleman, your host for today's event. Also with us this afternoon are 13 very special guests, here at my personal behest. They are in fact the makers of Final Fantasy XIII.
The Crook's voice could be heard, but there was no sign of him. Only an odd tent in the plaza center. Then, just before 1 p.m., the canvas fell to reveal a stage with the 13 invitees standing on it.
Wow, so far, Layton hasn't really been dickish so far. How far were the audience from the stage? So when has that stopped him before?
Well, they can't have been close, or a lot of them would have been hurt. You see, when the clock struck 1, boom! Oh.
What a sonic boom, but tush.
The 13 people on stage all burst into... The interesting thing is that there are illusionists who actually perform a trick like this.
Yeah, there are.
According to reports, the flames grew to an inferno, then poof, gone, along with the people on stage.
Probably incinerated. The people on stage disappeared? And why am I smiling about this?
Correct. As far as I can see, the only explanation is that they burned to ash and blew away.
That's a pretty high platform they're on. There's probably a door underneath there.
That's not a miracle. That's a public execution.
Good call, Shiroi, by the way.
Oh.
Except it wasn't. They were all found at their homes later on, with not so much as a scratch.
Precisely.
Of course, because in the Layton game, you can't have death.
Naturally,
Actually, you can.
Well, there was Lost
Future.
Remember, Dwebs, we had a woman who had to literally say goodbye to her lover as she walked to her death, literally. So, yeah.
Perhaps there was a space to hide underneath.
I mean, we didn't see her death, but, we knew she was going to die.
Yeah, but we saw Layton's reaction, which was much more powerful than just seeing her die. So, anyway. I'm racking my brain, but it would be easier to bench press a lorry.
Not to mention, Dredge, remember last Spectre where we literally saw a main character, albeit it was a dinosaur, but still a character who got killed on screen. You remember Lucia.
Yeah.
Half of London was caught in an explosion.
I took statements for the witnesses and interrogated all 14 individuals involved, sir.
Splendid. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Groski could probably bench press a lorry.
He can, Shiroi. That man can bench press anything. So they were friends with each other.
Were the Imperties friends by any chance?
No, sir. Not exactly. But there was something.
Go on, please.
Well, it turns out the 13 invitees are all members of the same squash club. Really? That's news to me. Tell me more about this club. Not much to tell, sir. It's a popular club. I concluded that the whole thing was just a coincidence. A coincidence, eh? What do you think, Layton? Oh no, it's narcolepsy. He's going up.
He's not even sleeping.
I think the young officer may have found a lead. Now, I have another question. Sorry, damn narcolepsy.
But that wasn't even you sleeping. Your eyes were open.
Well, Joe, but we weren't seeing him when it happened, so yeah, no witnesses. Anyway, so yeah.
Yes, but he was still snoring while his eyes were open. Therein lies the contradiction.
Did anyone see the 13 people take the stage?
Yeah. Did anyone actually see them get in there? No, sir. No one was seen entering the tent or leaving it.
So they probably came up from the floor, too.
So, the invitees all got on stage without anyone seeing them. What an act.
Indeed. In the middle of the day, no less.
Indeed. I think this detail might be the key to solving the puzzle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A final question, if I may. Could you tell me about the clothes the 13 wore on stage? Were
They
any of
were
them,
all dark hoods, weren't they?
were any of them wearing any skimpy outfits?
Of course, sir. Ask me everything.
They were wearing skimpy outfits? Yay!
They were wearing skimpy outfits and also black clothes. So they're the Rule 63 version of Organization 13?
Were the invitees' clothes different from what they were wearing when found later on?
I don't know, sir. Is it important?
It may be. Could you check for me?
Alright, I guess. Sure, sir. I'll have a quick look for the photos.
Man, Tio's really on and off today.
What are you thinking, Layton?
We might be onto something here.
Alright.
Might be.
How did you guess, sir?
The script.
Because I'm Layton.
Because I'm
Oh,
Phoenix
you must have
without
had a
any of
proof
his
by now.
flaws, as Kirihino would say.
Well, he was not so much. He was basically throwing theories, and if the evidence confirms one of his theories, obviously he pursues that theory. So, I checked the photos for the accident. The invitees were all wearing something else when they found later on. What's that got to do? Oh! I think I've got it. Another win for the yard.
Don't shout.
Don't hurt
Don't
me.
you mean another win for Layton?
Don't hurt me. It's better. What is it?
You know what? Whatever.
The victims' clothes burned up on stage, and they all went home naked. There, I solved the mystery.
Yes, indeed.
Bless you, Layton.
Well done, Britain. Well done.
Scotland Yard at its finest, everybody. I don't hear anyone else picking up. Stop that smirking, Layton. What
We
is
are
it?
so sorry.
I don't believe any of our 13 victims ever left their homes.
You know what's sad? Pedro Godo is not dumb, and yet he's still not likable, whereas this guy's likable, so that's kind of sad.
Oh, we barely know anything about Godo. Well, Inspector Godo.
Alright.
We know that the masked gentleman sent instructions to 13 people, asking them to come to the plaza.
Indeed.
See, I'm reading the script. You're happy now.
That's
You're doing a pretty good job already, this part.
But the whole town was sure to attend thanks to the newspaper adverts. Our villain already had his pick of victims.
true.
I believe the 13 each received 2 letters. Oh god, not I believe again.
Really?
I'm sorry, those 2 words always...
Look,
first
that's
letter-
my most hated movie, and even I don't let it get to be
The
that
second
bad.
held true instructions. These so-called special guests were not summoned to the plaza at all. They were ordered to stay away. Threatened, even.
So they used reverse psychology.
But they were on that stage.
No, they were their twins. No, it merely looked as though they were. Those people on stage were really just expertly crafted mannequins. Oh, come on.
It doesn't. Well, it's not. Well, considering what happened in Kira's village, it's not a stretch at all. And the
Although
clothing?
you do have to wonder why they didn't move. Oh, pardon me.
Ah, yes. The dolls even wore clothing that belonged to those he resembled. Clothing that was stolen in advance.
So basically, we have to go check. They actually go check the ghost thing. Ah, from the squash club. Some of them did say that they've been victims of fat recently. Hang on a moment, sir.
While the 13 were safely at home, the masked gentleman burned their likenesses before the horrified crowd. The onlookers were already convinced that he could perform miracles, so all it took was some rudimentary pyrotechnics and some really stupid people they couldn't tell they were fucking mannequins because they were not fucking moving.
That's preposterous. Professor Layton, sir, you're right. I found a second letter in one of the unsorted evidence bags.
Actually, I do kind of call what the hell, and there we have it.
There we go. Also, Dwebs, and it's you should be saying, and there we have
Mannequins
it.
that don't even sway a little bit; they're just like static. Do you think anything would be wrong with that?
Well, if they're mannequins, they wouldn't move, would they?
But there's no panicking. Oh no, we're gonna be burnt. Ah!
We're still investigating the petrification incident, but once we have more to go on, I'd appreciate your help. Who knows? Now that we're on to the Masked Gentleman's methods, perhaps we can solve this one ourselves. I mean, it's not... I mean...
I have faith in your team, Detective, just as much as I have faith in Luke, which is very little.
Oh... You won't be bitten by this little toad and his fancy circus tricks.
And this is why I hate you.
I knew they were tricks all along. Which... Now I've got a crook to catch. I'll run 1,000 miles if I have to.
You know, why don't you be an enforcer instead of a detective?
For the yards!
You'd be great to catch the criminals. Inspector... I think we'll be leaving too.
Might as well.
Yes.
Thanks again for your help, Professor.
You can't do anything without me, can you?
Inspector Grosky and I will continue our investigation of the petrification incident. Once he's calmed down, that is. We'll contact you just as soon as we've finished.
Could probably run over the Atlantic. I look forward to it. We'll follow our own leads in the meantime.
Alright. Alright, so it's back to our investigation. Well then,
Yes,
meeting over. Back to the investigation.
Back we go.
Alright, here we go.
Okay,
As soon
who do we
as... Yeah, thank you, Pedro. Okay.
pass Pedro, because I move on.
Layton, I just heard the news! Stupendous! Absolutely incredible!
It was nothing, Mr. Mayor.
None of that now. The officers told me how you helped decipher these miracles we've been plagued with. I love how the mayor it has glasses that are actually below his nose. To be able to, he says some new pieces have been donated. I personally see to it that they're checked for vanishing paint.
I thought there was just something that was sticking out of his nose.
Sure?
Oh.
I'll do it then.
Great,
Great,
Professor.
Professor.
Sorry.
We can investigate the gallery ourselves then.
Let's make it our next stop. We may find some valuable clues, and there are one or two fine sculptures I'd like to see. By the way, where were you?
We were there, right behind you, Professor.
I like paintings better, but I like clues best of all.
Indeed.
And we got a new episode.
Behind the bureaucracy. So let's see what is indeed behind the bureaucracy.
Let me guess the load of shit.
Episodes. Behind the bureaucracy. Following the Masked Gentleman's first malicious deed, the city hall admin are rushed to their feet. That is, until the mayor thinks of a brilliant way to save the city. So let's see what brilliant plan our mayor has.
Oh boy.
Michelle! Michelle! Alright, there's you be Michelle.
Right here, Mr. Mayor. What's the matter?
I've just had the most luminous idea.
I see.
Luminous?
Would you care to enlighten me as to well then? Sorry, as well then? Shit.
Let me shed some light on this situation.
Ever since the people turning into horses palaver, we've had citizens asking all sorts of questions, right?
I thought you said citizens turned into arseholes. Well, no wonder. They all want to know who this masked gentleman character is. If only we knew.
Indeed. Now, I know it's disrupting your work, so there's me thinking. How about creating a special task force to deal with them? We could give them headquarters here in the city hall, so they'd be on hand in case anything else happens.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
How much public funding's going into this?
Yes. Well, Shira, considering what he's doing to the city, it's kind of, yeah.
Okay, this is my headcanon. This is actually set on Gibraltar.
Gibraltar?
It's a island that most of us inhabit as well.
Wait a minute, sir. We could do that?
Well, if we can't, they'll just say no, won't they? And if they say yes, whoop-de-dada for us.
Well, at least you're staying positive, Mr. Mayor.
Indeed. But, so yeah, oh well, Michelle is still very bored with her work, but okay, well, you're working in bureaucracy, I guess, can't be fun, so.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Oh, there's Anna. Alright, Shiro, you're up. I think.
Okay. Oh no, wait, wasn't this you?
Oh yeah, it's right. Never
I
mind.
think we changed it.
Oh, gross!
It is you.
The new lights want to emphasize your resolute jaw.
The hell.
She's a fangirl, Whips.
Yeah.
And the way the desert sun brings the flush of sweat to your bare arms, it's almost too much to bear.
Lady, back away.
Oh boy.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I'm Hannah, president and sole member of the Clumpets. Would you like to join?
Emmy, this girl is weird.
Sure.
Hello, Hannah. I thought I might see you sooner or later.
Yeah, she was the first one to meet her back in Last Spectre.
So she's like the Amy of the Layton series.
True, but at least...
We're gonna see her wherever Grosky is.
No, she never actually meets Grosky the entire series. I guess they want to keep the the dream alive and shit.
Sorry you had to come all the way from London for nothing.
Nothing. It's my duty and pleasure to chronicle Grosky's every move. He's a legend. Simply unbelievable.
I can already see the police tape. That's one way to describe him.
Hannah, have you by any chance chronicled the inspector while he investigated any of the supposed miracles? And if so, I'm calling the police on you. Oh no, he is the police.
Of course. I've been on his
Don't do that, Layton. She'd want that.
ever since he left London. He's been scouring the whole city for clues.
Professor, if you do call the police, make sure it's Chumley that answers the phone.
Alright.
And it was actually last night that when these people got turned to stone, I nearly got trampled. And where was my hero?
He hates you.
Why, he was too busy chasing down the villain to think of me. How could I dislike that fiery, unbridled passion? Love truly is blind. Jill?
Yes, it is. Well, I suppose it's good that he's always eager to track down injustice.
Isn't it? Speaking of tracking, I happened to overhear a couple of officers talking about the curious set of carriage tracks.
Am I gonna get any more lines?
Next time I see Grosky, I'm going to tell him about the tracks. He works so hard he may not have heard about them yet. Don't worry, Professor. You just had an entire session of solving mysteries. You're fine. Take a break. On a different note...
You got dialogue and you did what you're best at, so no need to complain.
I think there's some sort of puzzle in it.
Okay.
Hello, Jova.
Puzzle time.
I'm back.
Oh, I love this
But I
one.
see
Puzzle
you isn't.
42. Couple at the cafe.
All right.
I love this one.
Okay.
Okay, the owner of a cafe took a photo of a visiting celebrity couple. Pleased as punch. The owner said he put it up somewhere in the cafe, but the resulting photo ended up looking a bit, well, miserable. Where's the best place to put it up without harming the cheerful ambience of the cafe? Oh, and this is a special photo, so you can't cut it up. And don't go putting it in the bin either.
Okay, so take a look at the cafe. Where should he place his poster in a way that doesn't look,
in the middle. There's that little gap there on the wall. It's the one near the window on the second window.
A gap. No, it's not in any gap. I don't know which gap you're talking about, but it's not a gap. So
If I could point at it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this is quite hard to...
describe.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
to answer it.
Well, whatever. What a photo! He's managed to get it from the couple right far edges from each other. They got basically we have to make it look like this couple's not mad and shit. So yeah, giving. Oh, this is special. Basically, I'm taking a second read.
Well, it shouldn't be near where people in the dining area can see it.
Actually, Shiroy, it is going to be in plain sight. Basically, it's a matter. Basically, you have to think again, like in Layton Puzzle. You have to think logically. Like, think if you're actually in this situation and look at the diner. What would you personally do? It's all right. Maybe the photo would be a bit more cheery if they were facing someone. Wouldn't it? They've got their backs turned, so thinking. All right. Second hint. Is there any
way to get the couple to face each other without cutting the photo? You could put them up together by rolling up the photo, couldn't you?
Okay, that hint pretty much gives it away.
That pole there.
Exactly.
Huh.
There you go. If you put it on the pole and, roll it and shit, it will look like they're actually facing each other.
Yep.
Yay! I can do this kind of puzzles occasionally.
That's a nice one.
There you go.
Please redraw your circle.
Sorry.
There you go.
I'm going for it. Well, that's that.
Indeed.
Who was solving the puzzle again?
Emmy, remember?
Me.
Remember?
Correct.
Emmy was the one talking to Anna, remember?
Oh, would you look at that? By wrapping it around the column, the photo is transformed into one depicting an amicable toast. And they still look miserable as shit.
Well, it still looks better than if you put it somewhere else. A new shop aisle. Instruments.
Go on.
If only life were as simple as a puzzle.
Then it'd be pretty damn hard.
Life would be miserable for some people.
What am I doing? I don't have time to whip around. I'm president of the Clumpets.
Yes.
The Clampets.
Yes, the
Clamp Groski.
emperor.
I wonder what my fan group is called.
The Dwanettes.
No, Layton.
Oh, the Laytonettes.
Alright.
Here we are. The gallery's open.
Just like the mayor said.
Indeed. So
Let's go inside and have a look.
No.
Oh, and,
new area to explore and find hint coins. Awesome.
okay. Here.
So,
Let's go inside. And then I have a complaint.
All right.
Ah, this is a fine gallery. It looks like shit. I mean, it looks like,
Fine. It's magnificent.
it's boring.
Not a fan.
Anyway.
Not a fan of painting strips.
Now, remember, I'm talking in Layton's Dick Layton.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, Professor. I mean, whatever. The point is.
Oh, and speaking of models, can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
is it about the 3D models?
Yes, it is about the fucking 3D models.
You still
How
have
is it
that?
that Emmy gets the best model and I'm chubby?
Because she's the new character, so...
She was in the last game.
Yeah, well, she's the newest character, I guess, and they gave her the most love and tried to draw inspiration from your models overall.
Oh, yes, of
Didn't
course.
turn
The
out
main
so well.
character, the main character doesn't get any love. How?
Hi, not just the main character, but also the dear antagonist, me.
Seriously, Luke looks like looks like he has acorns shoved in his mouth, and I look like I put on a few pounds.
Well-
Okay, Professor.
Well, Professor, maybe you should cut down on the puzzles.
Puzzles don't make you fat.
Well,
Maybe you should cut down on the tea. Maybe you should put less sugar in the tea then.
see you, everybody, for the next part.